We've been following the latest developments out of two school districts tonight. The Amherst-Pelham Regional School District going back to remote learning. Over in West Springfield, 3 school community members have now tested positive for COVID-19. Western Mass News reporter Lindsay Kane is in our MGM studios with more. Lindsay?
Chris, the news out of Amherst comes just 7 days after some students already returned to the classroom. And in West Springfield, students at one school are going to have to wait even longer for hybrid learning to begin.
It's just heart-wrenching.
All students in the Amherst-Pelham schools will return to remote learning on Monday after some students were back in the classroom for just 7 days.
It just hit like a ton of bricks for, a lot of families who just got their children back into school, and for those of us who were greatly anticipating the start of school for a greater number of the kids in the older grades.
Amherst has been in the high-risk category on the state's COVID-19 tracking map for the last 2 weeks. In a statement obtained by Western Mass News, Superintendent Michael Morris says in part, there has been a significant enough increase in cases in Hampden and Hampshire counties outside our 4 towns that it pushed the metric over the 28 new cases per week level.
I think we need to rethink those metrics that have caused this shutdown.
Heather Sheldon, co-president of the Special Education Parent Advisory Council, tells Western Mass News that this decision is impactful for students.
School closures also have risks associated with them, and we can't look at just one side of the coin.
Over in West Springfield, school officials announcing 3 school community members at Fosse Elementary School have tested positive for COVID-19, and contact tracing is underway. Mayor Will Reichelt tells Western Mass News in part, 2 of the contacts are faculty, staff, and or building administration who are working within the building or conducting remote instruction. Due to the level of exposure and the number of faculty required to quarantine for 14 days, Fosse School will need to remain in full remote until November 5th.
Just to say that there was 3 new cases, it's going to happen. We cannot let COVID dominate our lives. We have to get back to normal as long as it's safe to do so.
One parent we spoke with says with low virus rates in town, he still thinks kids should be back in school full time.
It's around to stay. There is going to be cases, but we feel that schools should be fully reopened as recommended by the Department of Education and the governor.
In the Amherst-Pelham School District, remote learning will last for at least another 2 weeks, and Phase 2 and Phase 3 return dates are still being finalized. And in West Springfield, hybrid learning will begin on October 26, except for students in Fosse. In Springfield, Lindsay Kane, Western Mass News.